Wilson Overend from Coca-Cola, a word cloud of all the talks today at the Shared Value Initiative would surely show innovation, employee, and purpose as standouts. Absolutely. In fact, again, another moment that I loved yesterday from the tech-focused conversation was the moment when Ashifi and Catherine both intuitively cited the scale of their businesses. Ashifi mentioned, we've authenticated 2 billion products for safety in sub-Saharan Africa. And Catherine casually mentioned that they had 50 million users. I noticed a little shuffling of papers in the crowd and some people sitting up when they realized this bubbling innovation going on in these businesses that my guess is many of you had not heard of before we had them here on the stage. So that innovation is happening. Just had my come to Jesus moment with Shared Value with Angela Glover Blackwell. Thank you for your eloquent and passionate speech on this topic. And you all know, and we're here to be inspired as I was too, and to put this important topic of equity on the table as a starting point for this community. The 2016 presidential candidates should all be required to attend the Shared Value Leaders Summit before opening their mouths. Well, you all weren't here yesterday, but for those of you who were, you know I opened the day by saying that these 2 days were going to be huge. And surely enough, we appreciate this comment from Michael. What I would say on a more serious note, though, is it does point and get us towards our last tweet, which is the importance of cross-sector systemic thinking in all of this work, across the business-political divide, engaging with civil society. Jeffrey Hollander, we have a system that is creating problems, a system that is incentivizing the wrong behavior. And his little call at the end of the day for folks to be trained and learned in the arts of systems change, something that I think is emerging for this community, and we look forward to pushing that forward, in particular through today's agenda, focused on collective action. How are the organizations in this room redefining what they do, not just internally, but in partnership with each other? So critical. And also, interestingly for us, it is this molding of how you work together. I'm also enthusiastic, and I know you will be too, for this morning's conversation about how all the different movements in business and society are working together, and why we've invited Mindy Luber and Raj Sisodia here today, because a lot of you say to me, well, how does this connect with conscious capitalism? How does it connect with the work on influencing capital markets that Ceres is doing? We're involved in these. So we're happy to also launch that important dialogue to help align and advance efforts of the wonderful people who are working on these issues and have been for a long time. And we are excited to advance them in partnership ourselves. So we thank, again, the folks joining us on the live stream. Yesterday we had 1,200 viewers from 70 countries. We hope the Efficientist is again with us today from Dubai. And it is very exciting, of course, to always know that we're resonating around the world. We will continue to use the Pigeonhole technology that we used yesterday. We had nearly 100 questions posed and 750 votes and polls on submitted questions. So thank you for that. And then the final thing I would say is, when you think about all this lab work, one thing you may not be aware of is in the background, in each one of those labs, we have someone from our team who is putting together, with our technology partner, Mural, a synopsis and a summary of what's going on. We're capturing and going to deploy all of that knowledge for further use. So you will be able to access, through the launch of our Global Trends work, all of the outputs from this event. And it's all being captured for further work on our behalf.